All right, guys, fourth and final round. We have Dan on camera again. He was able to get back here. I don't actually know if he won his round 3 or not, but
he did.
He did. Okay,
Yeah,
so these are 2 3-0 players then. So as we thought, were 2-3 of them, or there were 2 of them, I should say. Jesse, we saw his deck, not his deck, but pretty similar to his deck last round. Green Devotion. We've had him on camera before. I think he actually won the last one I cast on Friday, which was 2 weeks ago. So. Jesse, pretty professional with his deck. He knows what he's doing as well. So,
a little bit different than Cody's deck in the fact that he's not playing Kiki Jiki and Deceiver X.
No, he's not as crazy
yet. Oh, he's
been thinking.
They're getting to him.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Looks like Dan won the
Tim's
die
a
roll
bad
here.
influence. That's all there to say.
Oh no.
Yeah, Dan's on a mold to 6, I believe here.
He scried to the top.
Jesse has. It's either going to be a turn 1 Oath or an Arbor Elf. Could also be Utopia Sprawl, I guess. There's always a turn 1 play you can make. Arbor Elf is usually the best turn 1 play, though, because it enables turn 2 4 mana.
Yeah.
If you have it with Utopia Sprawl. Alright, there's the Sprawl.
There's the Utopia Sprawl.
Oh no, and Adam has a foil Higijiki.
Doesn't actually look like
Jesse
allow
him to have
has
a foil
another
deck still.
land in hand here.
Alright, we're gonna find out right now. Here's a Thoughtseize from Dan. Okay, so we have Garrick, Hornet Queen, Breeding Pool, Genesis Wave. I think you just take Wave here. There's no point in taking a Garrick. Yeah, there's no point in taking a single Garrick. It just when there's 2 in hand. Takes Hornet Queen. Looks like he pointed at.
It's a card that Dan doesn't have too many answers to. Like, he can't answer the card cleanly.
No, that's fair. I mean, Pulses is the only real answer to it, right? Because it lets him clean up all the Hornet tokens.
Yeah, I imagine he's probably just looking at make sure Cody doesn't do anything too crazy.
This is Jesse, though.
Oh, sorry, Jesse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I guess he doesn't have that much mana for the Wave. He's going to take it, though. I think I agree with that. I think the Wave, it just has the potential to become the scariest card.
Oh, definitely.
The only reason I wouldn't take it is if I had Inquisition in my hand as well. To take it next turn. Burning Tree and a land and a pass of the turn. We knew that was his draw for the turn, so nothing else to do. So Jesse really wants to find a land here. So he can play Garrick. Dan, second land. Going to go ahead and sacrifice it right away. Falling into 16.
Can't imagine he's going to have a Collective Brutality here, or he probably would have taken the Hornet Queen and left the Gen Wave for that.
Yeah, if you have like a Brutality for sure, I think you just leave the Gen Wave again because you can't get anything else in that hand.
Probably just looking at one of his 2 drops.
Yeah, Grim Flare, Tarmogoyf,
Dark Confidant.
numerous amounts, yeah.
Those.
Yeah, Dark Confidant looks to be the choice here, so. Nope. Change
There's
up
a couple
Grim Flare,
different
possibly.
choices.
Grim Flare, Dark Confidant, which one do you want, Dan? Alright, Dark Confidant's the choice, sure. Okay, Jesse untaps. Did he find a 4th land? I don't think he did. He's thinking longer than he needs to. Oh, okay, I lied.
He did.
There it is. Garrick comes down. We haven't had Garrick on camera yet. Let's bring him up.
Garrick's going to make a 3/3 beast with Death Touch.
No, just 3 beast. Okay. The black ones have Death Touch that the other Garrick makes.
Right.
They're 1/1s. Oh, maybe... No, maybe Apex Predator makes green or black ones that also have Death Touch, I think. And they're 3/3s. Yeah. His is a plus make a beast with Death Touch. Alright, Dan thinking here what he wants to do with his turn 3. What did Dark Confidant reveal? Was it a land?
I missed it. I believe it was a land here. I think he picked up 2 lands this
Yeah,
turn.
so...
Or is that an Inquisition?
Ghost Quarter... Okay, we have a Ghost Quarter, which will deal with... Now, Ghost Quarter, unlike last round where we saw Fulminator Mage not able to deal with a basic land, Ghost Quarter can. So that's pretty big, as the Sprawl is what's... like it's the only unfair land right now. It's making more than 1 mana on its own, so... and he is able to... He is able to Ghost Quarter the land in response to Garrick's trigger. So make 3. Garrick will target these. Dan's going to go ahead and Ghost Quarter in response.
Interesting that he didn't just do that at his own turn and save himself the 1 extra mana.
I'm curious, does this... No, it still has a target, so it can't fizzle. You can't fizzle Garrick's ability because it still has at least 1 target. So we'll get on top of the land. So he has 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available to him. So he's a mana off being able to cast Hornet Queen. There's a Burning Tree in hand that doesn't do anything, that just filters 2 mana usually. No, Dan does not have Delirium. He's only at 2. Or land and Sorcerer at the moment, so... Just trying to think what he wants to do here. Yeah, attack for 3. The mana floating is gone now. Plays a Burning Tree. Past the turn, nothing else to do in his hand. His hand right now is Garrick and Hornet Queen. Dan takes 3 from Lingering Souls being revealed to Dark Confidant. A Thoughtseize is the draw, it's pretty good. That's going to let him take away if he wants that Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen is a very hard threat for Dan to deal with. You kind of mentioned before, he doesn't have a lot of clean answers to it. Really the only one that's even close is the Maelstrom Pulse to deal with the Hornet tokens.
I mean, Lingering Souls is like... helps a little bit, but it still doesn't feel good.
I know. No. You traded a whole card for, like, a Hornet Queen token army.
Tokens, yeah. Still have a 2/2
right?
flying
So,
death
I mean,
touch that you can't block ever.
No.
Dan's going to start with that Thoughtseize, get that Hornet Queen out of Jesse's hand here.
Yeah.
I'd assume.
Second Garrick, not really as threatening. I mean, it does allow things to happen, especially when you add Nykthos to the mix. And, let's say you have a wave in hand. That's pretty huge. But it's not... Yeah, like it's not as threatening as the Hornet Queen. I think the correct line is just take this Hornet Queen and be done with it.
It's definitely more scary. Jesse's probably going to be in the play now of getting Garuk up to ultimate range. He's somewhat wide. He could have actually made a beast last turn and got the other Garuk up, so he could have ulted this turn with 4 creatures.
Sure.
But
interesting, he does go ahead and take away the Garuk, though. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, though, Jesse's new line is now just going to be Overrun.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Which I think is totally fine. I mean...
Doesn't really
this is still
accomplish
only an
too
attack
much,
for
though.
2. I don't really think... Flare's going to attack, that's just... I mean, it has Trample, so if Dan has a kill spell, the Trample does spill over.
We do know he has a Path in hand. He's had that for a little bit now.
I mean, Jesse can't cast the Queen, which is an important part that Martin did point out.
Yeah.
He does only have access to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, 6 with an untapped land. Nykthos is what's needed here, because that makes 2, 4, 6 on its own. Untap that, and a Forest, that's 7, 5, 11, 12 mana that way. So he does need a Nykthos specifically to cast Queen this turn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just block with a single Burning Tree here. I think if I'm Jesse, if I'm trying to make this block, I think I double block.
Just in case.
It just plays around 2/1 removal spell, right?
Yeah.
Because why did Garrick take damage?
I guess.
Block attack as well.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that as well. Okay. Yeah, Dark Confidant came in too.
I think Dan's fine with this. He knows. Oh no, he did. I forgot he took the Garuk over the Hornet Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see here. So 3 mana, Corsair Crewfix, that's pretty good. Revealing a 3rd Garrick. Okay, alright. We're on the Garrick plan here. Jesse's hand's still not doing anything really important here. I mean, Jesse's just gonna... Yeah, Adam mentioning there, Dan can just die to his Bob here. Like,
oh yeah,
Jesse's not going to kill that Bob.
Already.
He's just going to attack for 5, put Dan to... I mean, he does have Path in his hand, so it's going to put Dan to probably 6, because he'll probably Path away this beast, is my guess. That'll put Dan to 5 because he has to fetch for it.
Yeah.
Because he only has Forest untapped. Inquisition is not going to do anything. Shelling Events is okay, but it's slow. It's not going to gain him life very fast. And this is where I would have liked to have seen Dan fetch some dual lands instead of basics. Like, he doesn't need to prioritize it in the mono green matchup, sure. Against Blood Moon decks, it's very, very good to fetch your basics as soon as you can. But against mono green, take the risk, take the little extra point of damage here or there. Because if that's, like, say, a Temple Garden instead of a Forest, you can play Vents last turn instead, which is then active the following turn. Right? This is now going to be short. I think he has to shock here, he's saying?
He does play a basic planes. So
yeah, I know that.
Fine,
did he take the damage, though? I think he took the... He's at 2, so I think he took the damage. That doesn't make sense, though. He's going to path Courser. Who wants to kill Garrick? You're dead to so many cards. Yeah. This Bob has to be so lucky now.
He did mention to me he played about a 20-minute game with a Bob out the entire thing and hit all lands.
Well,
so he might just still be in that
if
little
we just
dream
run hot,
world.
sure,
yeah.
whatever. But, I mean, we've seen him take 6 on camera from 2 triggers.
There,
you're dead.
Game over.
All right, Jesse lets Dan kill himself. Good call. I like it. I think you need to path the beast there. You go to 5, and you then can't die to your own Bob. Like, he doesn't have an answer to his own Bob still is the problem. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I don't even know if I attacked with Bob last turn, to be honest. Like, you're not killing Garrick.
He's also blocking.
He's not... Like, he's not going to ultimate Garrick next turn. It's only on 3, not 4. Yeah. So it's not like you're stopping anything special from happening. The only thing you're stopping is him being able to make a 3/3 beast. But realistically speaking, he can still do that if he wants to, just trading his Garrick for it.
Yeah.
Right? Which at that point might just be correct.
Especially once he saw the other Garrick on top.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't... It was interesting.
Interesting there, yeah.
Dark Confidant just killing his own caster.
He might have honestly just like lost track of what his actual life total was. Thought he was more safe than he was.
I don't know. He tapped his deck at the start of the last turn there. He knew he's like, I need a low card. 3 is not low.
3 is not low.
3 is more than what I have. Yeah, we've seen him play Bob twice now on camera, and it's dealt him 3, 0, 3, and 3. So, for whatever streak he was on, he's now off it.
Now gone.
Yeah, he is far from on that streak still, so. He knew his, Martin, our spotter, pointing out he knew he needed to get a land. I mean, he also could have gotten, like, Inquisition or Thoughtseize. Technically. And not been dead.
I don't think he has any main deck draws there to stop any of those creatures, or at least one of those creatures from getting through.
With his hand the way it was, no.
No.
His hand was, we knew Inquisition, Shambling Event, and Lingering Souls. So Lingering Souls is blockers.
Yeah.
Lingering Souls, he only had what? He had 3 creatures? He had Beast, Emissary, Courser, which he then pathed. So it was just Beast and Emissary.
So it would have bought him
Burning Tree. So the Lingering Souls does buy him 2 turns. Right? Because you have the flashback cast as well. So, you have both sides of it to work with. And, like, Bob's never attacking again. Probably, at that point. But, I mean, at that point, I think Jesse's on the game plan of just go.
Yeah.
Let your Bob do its own work now. Like,
Bob 9 damage that turn? Or that game? Or
3... 6 total they did to him. Because we only saw 2 triggers off Bob, I'm pretty sure. No, he had a land level on him.
I think
we saw 3 triggers. It was Ghost Quarter, Lingering Souls, Trellis Tracker.
Right.
So he did have one.
One good Bob.
He did have 1 good Bob, 2 good Bobs on camera, I think, so far. But 2 out of 5 is not good when the other 3 are 3-pointers.
No. Jesse was fortunate enough to have a creature-heavy hand that could really capitalize on that. He could have been stuck with.
Yeah, it wasn't the explosive draw you're used to seeing with mono green. It was just kind of playing fair.
Yep.
Didn't really play a lot of fast mana. Really only played the Utopia Sprawl as far as I can remember. Garrett kind of speeds things up, of course, but realistically speaking, it was a fair hand for mono green. So. And Adam, you never learn from Bob. You just keep doing it again. Like, do you think he's going to stop playing Bob? No.
He was telling me today he wants to go up to 4 Bob and play a Tasigur.
And play Tasigur.
I told him.
Now he's in Adam's camp.
It's like, what? You can play 1 Tasigur.
Adam's loving the 1 Tasigur I think he has in his Sultai deck. It reminds me of that deck that I can't remember where it came from, but there was that one deck that was playing like Mardu, Nahiri, and Modern, had like Bob and Emrakul's, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, like you just that one oh it's gone now? Okay, Adam. All right. You learned your lesson. All right. How many times did it take Bob Tassiguring you in the face to learn that lesson? Like, I just see that guy playing Mardu, and like the one time you're like, okay, I'm at like 14, I'm fine. Yeah. Oh, I'm dead. You flipped it like 4 times in 11 matches. That's so good. Yeah, you learned that one pretty quick, I guess.
Next time Dan brings it up, I'll tell him to go talk to you, Adam.
Oh, we're gonna have it on camera.
Set
probably.
Him straight.
We're gonna see it happen on camera, is my guess. Like he's gonna Bob, hit Tasigur, and be like, "Whoops, guess I'm just dead." All right, it looks like Jesse took a mulligan here.
Dan going to lead off with a turn 1 Thoughtseize here.
You see birds, a Thrice, a Sprawl, a Forest, a Hornet Queen, and a Courser. So you can't stop his turn 1 acceleration, no matter what you take here. I think you take the Sprawl though if you're aiming that way, because you have a lot more answers to a bird than you do a Sprawl.
I definitely agree with that.
The rest of his hand's really expensive, though.
Yeah.
He scried to the bottom, which tells me he's looking for land, obviously. And I think Dan possibly picking up on that as well. It was a pretty quick scry from Jesse, so yeah.
It's pretty easy to tell when someone's just like, nope, that like knows exactly what they want. Half the time, it's always a land.
Yeah, it's either like I'm looking for land or just not land.
Anything that isn't a land.
Yeah, so it's one of the two. So he took his chance. Oath and Nist is a good draw, though.
Yep.
That's a really good draw. Oh, we haven't started our timer for these guys yet. Yeah, it's close enough. I don't know what they're at. Let's just say they're at 32. Game 1 was a little grindy. We have the timer for our other rounds going, so we'll have a better idea.
They're all Jesse's lands.
Oh, he found them all. I like him tanking a bit there as well.
Still acting like he's making a decision.
Which one do I want? Yeah, that's a big draw, though. Grimflare. Oh, even less than I thought. Sure. 26 minutes to go here. 27. But okay, we have a fetch. Yeah, Bird's not blocking, so that's fine.
Liliana here from Dan would be really devastating because Jesse has a lot of high impact threats in his hand. So Dan be able to pick through those one by one.
Well, I think even just going Liliana minus is pretty good.
Oh yeah, get rid of
you
the
can't
birds.
play any of your spells this way, and then I'll start going up on my Liliana. That one's fine
different
too.
kind of Liliana,
Sure.
but that'll do.
Yeah, it deals with the bird regardless. Yep. Liliana, the last hope, coming down. Picking the bird off, attacking for 2. Flare trigger. Right now there is sorcery land in his graveyard. He's able to add creature instant if he wants here. There was Fatal Push, Path, and I believe Dark Confidant there. So I'm pretty sure you can get Delirium for no problem.
I believe he has a fetch land in hand, so I think he definitely wants to leave the path or the push on top.
Sure. Okay, he's gonna put the Path in the yard. Changes his mind.
Changes his mind.
Keep all three is looking at now. Okay, he keeps all three. All right. I think what's really awkward though is I think he stacked it Bob Push Path, which means the draw that Jesse wouldn't know is the Path, but he knows about it because he put it in his graveyard and showed him. Jesse finds his third land though. That's pretty key. Corsair Crew Fix, Eternal Witness on top. That's okay. It's a land next turn. Worst case scenario, because you get to buy back your Windswept Heath. I mean, you're not happy about it, but you have to do it probably.
It's necessary evil.
Draws for the turn. The Dark Confidant we know about. In his hand right now, Grimflare, Dark Confidant, Damnation. Yeah. He can only play one of these two if he wants to keep the top of his deck. One drop. Dark Confidant comes down. Tick up Liliana on your Corsair. Corsair is now a 0/3, which is fine. He can just block here with the Corsair. Grimflare is still just a 2/2, of course. It is only -2, -1. I think Jesse just checking that right now to make sure.
I'm not sure if I personally would have left the Bob on top there. Maybe even second from the bottom so I could negative Liliana and get it free that way.
I mean, that's a good draw for just on top of his deck, that Heath.
Oh, yeah.
He does just take the 2 damage as well. No, he blocked. I lied. He blocked. Because Dan did not trigger his Grimflare again. So, play the land with the Corsair. Go up to 18. Reveal an Arbor Elf. That one's not very exciting. Especially with Liliana sitting across the table from you. So we're going to see Dan take a couple points of damage here. The fetch land's important because the push will kill the Corsair. So Jesse can now play... He has a Garrick in hand, right? So he can play Garrick. He's going to Ewit instead and return... I guess, like, Utopia Sprawl? Fetch a forest, play a Sprawl.
Yep, looks like that is what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sacrifice, I gain a life. Well, I net 0.
Yeah.
He'll just stay at 18 thanks to the Corsair trigger. Okay, so access next turn to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Top card is revealed still of Jesse's deck. Yep, there we go. That's a good one too.
Happens to cost 5 mana.
Yeah, so this is Dan just giving Jesse free information. Because again, Jesse, assuming he saw Dan put it in the graveyard, knew about the path. Again, it's very, very minor. It doesn't really change Jesse's plays or Dan's plays. But what you got there?
Box of something.
Sitting down.
Sitting down, having a little drink, get over a box of cards.
Alright, so Dan fetches away. I assume we'll see the push on the Corsair here. Or did he push Ewit?
Looks...
No, he killed Ewit with Liliana.
Right.
Yeah, pushes the Corsair out of the way. I believe still just a 2/2 Flayer, though. I don't believe it's gotten any bigger just yet. No, this is an attack for 4. Puts Noble Hierarch, land, and Lingering Souls in the graveyard. So Delirium is definitely active now. Jesse's going to go ahead, draw for his turn. We know it's a Primal Command on top of the deck. But that's a bigger one, Thragtusk for sure.
Choosing to go with the Thragtusk.
Just gain some life here. Only at 19, so I mean it's good. Thragtusk is important as it does trade with Flare. He'll still have the trigger. There are 2 Flayers in play though. And this is the trouble that Green can get into because it doesn't really have ways to fight this board state. 2 4/4s and a Dark Confidant are pretty hard to fight sometimes. Liliana on 6 as well is pretty important. Liliana the Veil drawn as well, okay. Path to Exile in Dan's hand. Dan's got a good hand now. I think Dan's going to win this one for sure. I don't really see how Jesse gets back into this matchup now.
Jesse can't even properly block with Thragtusk because Liliana will take down on it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing good for Jesse to do here. He's going to need a string of draws that let him just get a big wave off.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the time for that, though, is the issue here. Dan's going to put on too much pressure with these 2 Flayers. Yep. There's an attack for 8. Which, I mean, you just take. The Tusk can't trade. So you're not really getting anything out of this. You're not stopping a trigger either because the Flayers, of course, have trample. Yep. So you're not blocking here doesn't serve any purpose. He really needs to play that Hornet Queen is what he has to do, I think.
Yeah, that's his best answer here. But it looks like even if he draws 2 lands in a row, probably just be turn too late.
Just too slow, yeah. Here we have 2 individual Grim Flare triggers. The first one reveals Lingering Souls, Inquisition of Kozilek, and a Path to Exile. Dan is debating on Path. He keeps it. Path again, Surgical Extraction, Dark Confidant. Probably don't want the second Confidant here. Probably put that one in the graveyard. Yeah, Surgical, do you really want it? I guess you can Surgical Ewits. I don't know how much I care. I mean, you're going to have a Liliana Emblem next turn.
I don't think any of his outs are based around the graveyard, so it doesn't really matter.
No, I mean...
too much.
I think just the fact that Dan gets to go -7 next turn, every turn I get 2 zombies, you're probably just dead.
Yeah.
Like, Jesse can't fight that. I don't know what modern deck can fight that.
I don't think they're...
Probably Lantern.
Lantern.
They have Ensnaring Bridge. Sun and Moon can then.
Yeah. Anything that goes Infinite Life.
Yeah, sure. There's a Garrick. Okay. Untap some lands. So he's got access to 4 mana still if he wants. Not enough to... Okay, Primal Command is now a card he can use. Okay, so he can bear Liliana on top of the deck and then gain 7 life if he wants here. Does he need to gain or does he need to search, though? This is the real question. He's in a search. He's not dead. So I guess that's fine.
He's at 1, I guess? Like if he wants.
Well, yeah, because we know Dan has on top of his deck a Path to Exile. So he can path away the Thragtusk, path away the Beast.
Play
I think the problem then becomes, though, do you have to respect Garrick and kill Garrick? Because the overall's not the problem anymore, obviously. It's, does Jesse draw maybe a Green Sunzy? Or not Green Sunzy, so yeah, Gen's Wave. Right? And that's his out, right? Like, I'm going to wave and see what happens. Do I win? Well, I don't know. Let's find out, right? Because right now he has access to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 2 paths will give him 8. Garrick will then give him 9, 10, 11. That's generally for 8. Right? So...
Oh, there are definitely 8 cards.
Oh, no, actually, that's funny, because Liliana he put on top of the deck, so he takes 3 from his bob.
Out.
Ah, take that, sir. If only Dan was at 3, that would have been the sickest line. If Dan was at like 3 life. He's like on top of the deck. Go. I don't even care what the second mode is. You just go. Dan like forced to path his own creature. Search for a land. So he draws Surgical. So he can Surgical the Eternal Witness in Jesse's graveyard and get the one in his hand as well. Yeah, start with an attack though. Okay. Yeah, he does respect the Garrick here. He's going to kill the Garrick. The problem is he has to send both the Garrick, right? Which Jesse's fine with because he just has to say, okay, Garrick dies. I don't take any damage, and you don't get any triggers, which is really important. Dan does know the next card of his deck. It is a Path to Exile. Liliana comes down. This one is of the Veil, of course. This one's going to go up. He's going to discard Damnation. I think that's fine. There's no use right now in his hand. Jesse's going to go ahead and discard the Witness. He doesn't know, but that's a really good play, it turns out. I don't know if Jesse has a hand right now, though. No, he does. It's in front of him there, so... He's going to, in his draw step, surgically extract, I assume, the Witness. No, he's going to extract Primal Command, I think, maybe. What's he get? No, he took Witnesses. Interesting. After he saw Jesse discard the one, do we have Hornet Queen mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do.
Oh.
We have Hornet Queen mana, boys. Another Primal Command's really nice, too. I guess he kind of has to decide here because he can... I guess it's really not a choice. You're just taking Hornet Queen here, right?
I'm not sure if I like going at Grook last turn, knowing he had the Hornet Queen in hand.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible I forgot.
I would have liked to get him at a life total that my Grim Players can trample over for lethal.
Sure,
like,
yeah, because the Hornets only are 1/1s, of course.
Yeah.
So they're not going to soak up a lot of damage.
But they will clear the board if Dan tries to attack.
Oh, they sure will. And with Dan discarding
lethal.
Damnation especially, I mean, he wasn't in a spot where he wanted to cast it, obviously. He's way ahead on the board. But this now is a way to stabilize that board because these Hornets will just trade off for these Flayers. No questions asked, so... Yeah, passes back. Okay, so Dan's going to show a path. Put him to 9. We have a much closer game than I anticipated.
Is that a push? Oh, he just has the path to... Oh, wait, no, it's still not lethal.
Oh, you could path, what, a Hornet Queen here? That's fine.
Oh.
Like, the attack here, even if Dan says, or Jesse says no blocks, he doesn't even die to that. He goes to 1.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's only 10 damage on Dan's side of the board. So Jesse can't actually die to this attack no matter what happens. So Dan's hand right now, I think he did draw a push, and I think he has a path we know about Liliana, so we know his whole hand. So Liliana can kill a token, path can deal with a token. Does he only have 3 tokens in play? Did he kill one already?
He did. Oh, he went down with...
Liliana should be on 2 though, right? Not 3?
He went up last turn.
Yeah, but it's minus 2.
Yeah.
So, he fixed that. Yeah, we're
He
good.
just fixed it.
Yeah, so... Okay, this is the attack that... Yeah. I mean, he'll get the triggers, of course, unless Jesse wants to throw everything in front. Like, he could go, if he wanted, he could technically go Hornet, and the Queen in front of, like, a Flare, and then Beast 3rd Hornet in front of the other Flare. That opens the door, of course. Like, this path to Exile can be a problem because he's going to be able to save the Flare if he wants, one of the Flares. Because he can kill the Hornet before damage. Yeah. Oh, actually, so does the push, though. So if he just goes block with 2 Hornets, that'll force through 8 damage. Yeah, this is that. I like this.
Very heads up.
This is definitely this is a heads up play from Jesse for sure. This plays around having. Well, actually, does he? No, he knows about both removal spells. I think, right? Because he saw Dan reveal the push, and he also just saw Dan reveal the path. So he actually knows that they're both there.
Yeah, he knows Dan's full hand.
So this is that was definitely the way to block though. Dan has no way to save either of his Flayers here. He's gonna get 2 triggers still. He only dealt what 1, 2, 3 damage that turn.
Yeah.
Because the Hornet Queen's a 2/2, so.
Yeah.
So that was a good block, and this is a much closer game than it looked like a few turns ago. So. Yeah. A big card that Dan can draw now is like Goyf. With that Hornet Queen out of the picture already. I think Jesse plays 2, but it is only a 2 of, so it's still... Oh, but Jesse can regrow the... No, he can't, I lied. Primal Command doesn't have regrow attached to it, has Fetch out Eternal Witness attached to it.
Yeah.
A little different. New Liliana comes down, we're going to get rid of that one. Sure, why not? We're going to tick down probably, get back Grimflare. That's my decision probably.
That's what I would imagine.
Yeah. Stress on 3. Yeah, he's gonna go minus down. Now it's a little awkward because I think he put cards back on top of Liliana or with the Grim Flayers. So actually minusing is not a good choice for him because he wants 2 cards on top of his deck.
Right.
He's gonna do it
anyways. Collective Brutality, and
Yeah, his Graveyard's off camera now. I have no idea
another
what's in there.
Lily.
Yeah, gets back Grim Flayer, plays Grim Flayer, passes the turn, sure. Okay. Okay, so Primal came in, drew I think he drew Nykthos for the turn, yeah. That's a real draw. This now, well, I guess it's not, because he doesn't have any green devotion. He has 2 at the moment, so that doesn't matter. So what do? We Primal Command. He can search for any creature he wants because he wanted to discard it, because Veil is gone now. It's just Last Hope.
Yeah.
Last Hope can't make you discard, of course, so... yeah, this is the Primal Command. What are we doing with this? Oh, Lilion on top again. 3-'em. Just bolt Dan again. What are we doing here? I think he's... Did he gain life there, it looked like? Jesse's at 8. I think he was just clarifying... Yeah, he was just clarifying life totals there. He's at 8 from the last attack. So gaining life... I don't think you need to gain life here. Again, he's not dead to any attacks. Yeah, he's just bolting Dan again, though. I'm so happy. So he gets to go find a value creature here, though, right? Like, potentially just second Hornet Queen? Seems good.
Yep.
Seems like a good choice.
Seems good enough.
And now Dan needs to have... I believe he stacked the third card of his deck as well. So...
I believe so.
He's going to draw that one. Yeah, take 3 from my Bob again. Okay, Goyf. That's not going to get rid of Hornet Queen. It's actually just terrible against Hornet Queen.
Very.
Okay, so there's a Path to Exile, Liliana, Goyf, and Push in hand. So Dan does still have the tools to win this game. He might just have enough kill spells to work through this. Liliana comes down. Do we just tick down again and get back another Flare, maybe? It is a possible line. No, he's going to go up this time. Make the Beast a 1-2.
Not too sure what this accomplishes.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, this lets him attack with both creatures. I don't know. Do you even trade for Bob at this point? Like, it's 6 damage.
I don't think you do. I think...
Jesse thinking here, he doesn't, not too sure what he wants to go for here yet in terms of blocks. Yeah, it looks like he says no blocks. Take 6. I go to 2. Grim Flayer trigger. Now, I mean, these two work in tandem very nicely, of course. Basically making sure that you don't take any damage from your Bobs if you want to. He's leaving Scoos on top of the deck, so he's taking 2. He's shocking himself. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and play out Tarmogoyf. Just massive. Who knows what number it's attached to that thing? Yeah, sure, whatever, big. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's a 6-7. Alright. Jesse's going to draw. I don't know what he drew there. His hand right now is Nykthos.
I have to imagine it's just going to be Hornet Queen pass.
Yeah, that seems like a good line. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. He still has 7 mana. 8 with the Nykthos name we know about. Like, yeah, I mean, I imagine Hornet Queen is just the best play.
This has a Grook.
That's a pretty good one, though.
Even better.
Okay. That's a better way to go about it, I guess. Now, do you... you can't make a Beast here. He's going to have to go up to untap. Oh, but he has Devotion for 4 now, right? So he can play Nykthos, make 4 mana, 5, 6, 7, 5, 11. So he can play the Hornet Queen still. Yeah, okay.
Dan left the Scavenging Ooze and land on top.
He left Scoos on top alone.
Alone.
I think he put land in his graveyard there. I think he'll still have no. Again, Jesse is aware of the 2 removal spells in Dan's hand. Liliana makes the math a little hard because it'll kill one of the Hornets, of course. I just don't know if he has enough toughness to live here. He's at 2, if I'm not mistaken.
If I'm Dan there, I think I'm just putting everything in the graveyard and hoping for my Zealous Persecution. I have 2 shots at it.
Sure.
And
I mean, I think the real problem here is Jesse is at 2. So I don't think he has the toughness to survive this attack. Because the Flare does have Trample, of course. And it is obviously a 4/4. So he'd have to put... He has to put like Hornet Queen and 2 Hornets in front of... That's not even enough. Yeah, I just don't think he has enough to block
Dan has
this
removal
Flare.
in hand.
Yeah, and Jesse knows about them.
Yeah.
He knows about the 2 kill spells is the problem here. Like, he has to put basically everything in front of Flare to even live here. Yeah, he's going to do this. Everything else goes in front of Grim Flare, but that's not enough because Dan can just path away the Hornet Queen and deal exactly 2 damage.
Exactly 2.
So unless he misses that... Because pushing a Hornet doesn't do anything. That's still only 1 point of getting through. You can't push the Queen. She's 7-drop. Yeah, that's White Man he's grabbing there. Yep, just path away that Queen and you win the game. Yep, there we go. He sees it. Yep. Yep, path the Queen. You take 2 trample. Sure, push a token just for good measure. Why not? Oh, there was a beast in front of it though. Was that lethal though? Yeah, he pushed the beast. Yeah, okay, that's lethal there. So, okay, so that was a lot longer than I thought for that game too.
Yeah,
I really thought Dan pulled ahead quite early there, which he did. Jesse had some pretty good top decks to get back into that. With 4 minutes left, though, I don't know if these guys can finish a game 3 in time. Jesse can.
I think Jesse can.
Jesse can. Dan probably can't. Like, Jesse has to mulligan to Oblivion, and Dan has to have, like, you know, flare, start again, right?
Yeah.
Or that's his most aggressive draw. Jesse can definitely win because he can just have, like, turn 4 wave for my whole deck. You're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he can... So I think if I'm Dan here, I'm trying to keep an opening hand that just makes sure I don't lose, take the draw.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too aggressive early because obviously when you start getting aggressive, that's when you leave yourself to get blown out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you keep a hand that's like, okay, I can maybe go for like a turn, you know, maybe turn 5 win, but can Jesse come in at turn 4 is the question here, right? Oh, he can? Well, then I lose. So, Jesse is on the play as well, which is huge. So that is very, very crucial here.
Big.
There's gonna be about, I'm gonna guess, like 2.5 minutes, yeah, because Jesse's got some sideboard tricks to make here, it looks like. Taking out Thragtusk. There's gonna be enough time. I think we're gonna see this end in a draw.
Yeah.
With 2.5 left and Jesse still boarding. Now again, our timer could be a little off. We did not start it correctly ourselves, so we'll get an update from our spotter if this is the correct time. Again, 2.5. If that is the answer, then it's not gonna be. I can't imagine it's enough to finish this game in for either player. Our timer actually has 15 seconds extra.
Oh.
So that's not going to make a difference.
They're going to shuffle and shake hands here.
Pretty much. Dan's just fidgeting to get going there, though.
Don't think Jesse has lethal on turn 3 as a
It can.
option.
Like, it absolutely can. It just requires the perfect hand. Like, it requires multiple burning trees alongside a turn 2 Garrick, usually. Because it's going to require, like, turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Sprawl, Garrick, untap lands, like burning tree. Like, you know, I'm not going to say that order, but, like, then, like, a Nykthos Gen Wave. Like, that's what it's going to require. It's going to require an obscene amount of... Yeah, I don't think it's enough. Like, it's...
Especially through Abzan, who has discard and removal. You're almost
guaranteed Dan has to keep nothing in terms of either creature kill or even hand disruption, right? Like, he has to hope Dan keeps horrendously, apparently. Yeah, Jesse takes a look at his 7. His hand's not going to have the nut there at all. He's probably going to mulligan, I think, to be honest. Yeah.
Dan has discard, removal, EE.
So
He's
Dan
fine with
has the
that.
hand that says I don't lose,
I don't lose.
and Jesse is on a mold of 6 now. So no, I think we're gonna see a draw here for our final round. It was a great game though, I will say.
I enjoyed
That game too was really close. I like that one a lot. That was really good. Hornet Queen really showing its power there, of course. Just insane.
Oh yeah, that's
Opening hand hoof. That's what you want. There it is. That's the way to get lethal.
Kessig, you got this.
I see lethal. Come on now.
Oh, birds and everything.
There's the kill con, the bird. No one sees that one coming. All right. Yeah, sure. Keep 6. Yeah, bird or Relvia, go. Sure.
Even
That's
better.
fine. Yep. Inquisition you. I get a bird. Yeah, that's there. So time coming up, I assume in the next 10 seconds or so is my guess. Our timer here is run out though, so yeah, get them. If these life totals are still correct, I see a way.
All Dan has to do is cast Collective Brutality.
That's right. Well, there's the correct life totals. I dance 17 now instead. Sure. Yeah, Grim Flare's fine. Yeah, turn 1 it looks to be there's the die up in the middle of the top middle there we can see. Yep. Turn 1, I believe. Nykthos. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Go. I think this is turn 2.
Turn 3? Okay.
No,
so
turn 2. Yeah, Jesse was turn 1. So yeah, Dan was 0 when time was called, so... Yeah, these players really just shake hands at this point. Like
Yeah,
unless one wants to concede, which at our FNM tournament there's not really a point to. You're not.
No. But they're going to end 3-0-1.
Both players get paid on the draw, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Friday. So
Yeah, it's Friday, so
even
yeah,
matter.
it's not like our Wednesdays, which are a little more competitive, where standing does matter.
Yeah.
This is just you get paid on a draw no matter what, right? You get paid a couple bucks. So Jesse turn 3. Dan's gonna have one more attack. I think he has Delirium as well.
No creature.
Okay.
Just sorcery instant.
Oh yeah,
land.
Primal Command that land on top of the deck. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Turn 4. Yeah, Dan's yeah, sure. Just says I take 4, I go to 14. Dan's gonna put some stuff in the
You're
graveyard.
not going to draw it. Anyways.
Alright, Jesse, can you win? Can you win?
I would be impressed.
My guess is no. Yeah, my guess is no. Turn 5. Here we go. Oh yeah, Garrick, there it is. Now it's over.
Make a beast
Make,
fast.
make a beast. Oh, maybe we had it backwards. Okay, maybe Dan's turn 5 then. Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah, that was true. Yeah, okay, there it is. I thought so. Okay. All right, so yeah, players finished in draw here. So, all right. Again, the game 2 there was what we got out of it, though. I think.
Oh yeah, that was a great
great back and forth game for sure. That was great to see. So I'm happy about that.